Students, this session is on problems on gear trains. So in previous section, I have explained the different types of gear trains. In that, as per the video syllabus, we have to solve the problems on epicyclic gear train. Now let us see the simple numericals on the epicyclic gear train. So problem 1, the arm of an epicyclic gear train rotates at 100 rpm in the anti-clockwise direction. The arm carries two wheels A and B having 36 and 45 teeth respectively. The wheel A is fixed and the arm rotates about the center of wheel A. Stop. Find the speed of wheel B. What will be the speed of B if the wheel A, instead of being fixed, makes 200 rpm clockwise? Question mark. Solve by both the methods, that is algebraic and tabular method. So this is the given problem. So based on the given problem, you have to draw the configuration diagram. So in the problem, configuration diagram is not given. So you have to read the problem and you have to draw the configuration of the gears. Now you can read the problem. The arm of an epicyclic gear train rotates at 100 rpm in anti-clockwise direction. So in an epicyclic gear train, the arm, it will rotate at 100 rpm in anti-clockwise direction. So that is the speed of the arm he has given. So this arm, it carries two wheels. He is mentioning one arm is there. That arm, it will carries two wheels A and B, having 36 and 45 teeth respectively. So here how many gears are there? Only two gears, that is A and B with an arm. Now you have to represent the two gears, gear A, gear B, both it is connected by an arm. So number of teeth on A is 36, number of teeth on B is 45. So the size of the gear A, it is smaller than the size of gear B. So A, it will be in smaller size, B, it will be in bigger size. Now the wheel A is fixed and the arm rotates about the center of wheel A. So wheel A is fixed or it is braked. So the arm, it will rotates. It will rotates about the center of wheel A. If that is the case, you have to find out the speed of wheel B. Again, you will ask, what will be the speed of B? What will be the speed of B if the wheel A, instead of being fixed, if it makes 200 rpm clockwise, instead of fixing this, if it rotates at 200 rpm, what is the speed of wheel B? We have two cases over here. In the two cases, you have to find out the speed of wheel B. You have to solve by two methods, that is algebraic and tabular method. So you have to draw this configuration diagram, the first step. Now let us start with the algebraic method. We know that the train value or the velocity ratio. So reciprocal of velocity ratio is the train value, which is defined as it is a ratio of number of T's on driving to number of T's on the driven member. So it is TA by TB. When you rotate in clockwise direction, this it will rotate in counterclockwise direction. So it is minus TA by TB, which is equals to number of T's on gear A, it is 36. Number of teeth on the gear B is 45. Now also we have the formula, so which I already explained in previous section. So which is defined as, so NB minus NRM divided by NA minus NRM, which is equals to minus TA by TB. That is the speed of gear B relative to the arm, which is defined as NB minus NRM. Similarly, the speed of gear A relative to the Rm, which is defined as Na minus Nrm, which is equals to minus Ta by Tb. So this is the formula. Go for case 1. So in case 1, we have to find out the speed of wheel B when A is fixed. So when A is fixed, what about the speed of the gear A? It becomes 0. So Na, which is equals to 0. So therefore, use the formula Nb minus Nrm divided by Na is 0 minus Nrm, which is equals to minus Ta by Tb. So you just substitute the values. So Nb that we have to find out. Speed of the Rm is given in an epicyclic gear train. So it will rotate at 100 rpm in anti-clockwise direction. See in this section, so I always take anti-clockwise direction as the positive value and clockwise direction as negative value. So speed of the Rm, so it is plus 100 rpm. So it is 100 rpm divided by 100, which is equals to minus 36 by 45. You solve this, so we will get the speed of the gear B. So Nb, which is equals to 180 rpm. So we'll get a positive value. If it is a positive, then the direction of rotation it will be in counterclockwise direction. So that is case A. We have one more case. What will be the speed of B if the wheel A, instead of being fixed, it makes 200 rpm clockwise? So we have to find out the speed of wheel B when A, instead of being fixed, it will rotate at 200 rpm clockwise. So when it rotates in clockwise, I have to take it as a negative value. So in the given problem, so Na, which is equals to minus 200, because it will rotate in clockwise direction. And speed of the Rm, as usual, it is 100 rpm in anti-clockwise direction. I'll take it as a positive value. Now you substitute both the values in this formula, substitute it and simplify it. You'll get the speed of wheel B, Nb, which is equals to 340 rpm. So it is a positive value. So the direction it will be counterclockwise direction. So this is the way of finding or the way of solving the problem by algebraic method. Now let us see the tabular method. So the tabular method. So in the tabular method, the first step is we have to draw the table. So draw the table, conditions of the motion. Motions are revolutions of the elements. So go to the configuration diagram. In the configuration diagram, we have a Rm and we have two gears. So first you write down the Rm. Again you write down the gears. So gear A, gear B, gear A, gear B. Now the first step. So Rm is fixed. Rotate any one of the gear. Either you can take B or you can take A. So you rotate either B or A. In this case, I will rotate the wheel A. Okay, I will rotate the wheel A through plus 1 revolution. So Rm is fixed. So you just give plus 1 revolution to the gear A. So number of revolutions of Rm, it is fixed. So it is 0. Number of revolutions of gear A, we are defining it as a plus 1 revolution. When you give plus 1 revolution, now you find out the number of revolutions on the gear B. So use the velocity ratio formula. You cross multiply it. So you'll get, so the velocity ratio of the gear B, sorry, the speed of the gear B, it will be Ta by Tb. So Ta by Tb. Or always you remember, so whatever the driving gear, so here the driving gear is A, the driven gear is B. Then the speed of that, it will be always the number of T's on the driving to the driven gear. So always you write it as Ta by Tb. So Ta by Tb. Ta by Tb. And you see the direction. When you rotate this in clockwise direction, this it will rotate in counterclockwise direction. So the direction of rotation of the driver and the direction of rotation of the driven member, it is in opposite direction. So it is represented by negative sign. Again, go to the second step. Rm is fixed. Rotate wheel A through plus x revolution. Instead of plus 1, you have to rotate it for plus x revolution. So what you have to do is, so just simply multiply by x for the first row and you write in second row. When you multiply plus x to 0, it becomes 0. When you multiply plus x to 1, it becomes plus x. So multiply to this x, so you'll get minus TA by TB into x. So this is second step. So third step, so in order to account the revolution of the Rm, you have to add plus y revolutions to all the elements. So just add plus y, plus y, plus y. Now the last step is resultant motion. So you have to add the second and the third row. Add these two, you write here. So 0 plus y, it is plus y. X plus y, so it is x plus y. Add these two, you'll get y minus T by TB into x. So this is the way of tabulating the data in the table. So once you tabulate the data in the table, now you have to find out the speed. So the speed of the wheel B when A is fixed. So that is KC. So speed of wheel B when A is fixed. In the given problem, so speed of the Rm is given. So the speed of the Rm, it is 100 rpm in counterclockwise direction. But from the table, the resultant motion of the Rm is y. See, Rm, it will make how many revolutions? It will make plus y revolutions from the table. From the given data, it will make 100 rpm. So therefore, y, it must be equals to 100 rpm. So this you have to do the comparison always. From the comparison between the given data, from the table, you have to find out the values of x and y. Here x and y are the constants. So therefore, y it becomes 100 rpm. Again, he has given one more data. What is the one more data? Wheel A is fixed. As wheel A is fixed, so when wheel A is fixed, what is the speed of that? So the speed of that, it becomes 0. NA, which is equals to 0. This is the given data. But from the table, the resultant motion of wheel A. So how many revolutions of the gear it will make x plus y revolutions. So from the table, the resultant motion of wheel A is x plus y. From the given data, so it is 0. Therefore, x plus y, it must be equals to 0. So therefore, x plus y, it is equals to 0. This implies x is equals to minus y. You know value of y. Y is 100. So the value of x, it becomes minus 100 rpm. So that is what the first step you have to do. Based on the given data, you have to find out the values of x and y. Now we got the values of x and y. Once you get the values of x and y, you have to find out the speeds of the gates. Now from the table, the resultant motion of wheel B. We have to find out the speed of wheel B. From the table, so the speed of the gear B is this much. That is y minus TA by TB into x. So therefore, the speed of wheel B, which is equals to y minus x times of TA by TB. You know value of y, it is plus 100 minus the value of x is minus 100 into the number of T's on gear A is 36, number of T's on gear B is 45, which is equals to 180 rpm. So it is a positive value. So it will rotate in counterclockwise direction. So this is compulsory, you have to write. If you get negative, then it is clockwise. If it is a positive, it is a counterclockwise direction. So that notations what I am following. So this is case A. Go to case 2. So the speed of B when A makes 200 rpm in clockwise direction. So that is, so speed of A, that is NA, which is equals to 200 rpm clockwise, so it is negative. But from the table, the resultant motion of wheel A, how many revolutions it will make the gear A from the table? It will make x plus y. But from the given data, it will make minus 200 RPM. So therefore, x plus y, which is equals to minus 200. Also, arm speed is given 100 RPM in counterclockwise direction. But from table, it is y. So therefore, y, which is equals to 100 RPM. Now you substitute the value of y into this equation. So we'll get x plus 100, which is equals to minus 200. Therefore, x is equals to minus 300. So you got the values of x as well as y. So once you get the value of x and y, you have to find out the speeds of the remaining gears. So therefore, we have to find out the resultant motion of wheel B. So from the table, so the speed of the gear B is y minus TA by TB into x. So y minus TA by TB into x. So therefore, so you just substitute the values of this. So y is 100, x is minus 300. So TA is 36, TB is 45. Simplify this, we'll get 340 RPM. So positive value, it is in counterclockwise direction. So this is the way of solving the problem by the tabular method. So you have to formulate the table. Again, go for the particular cases. So you compare the given data with the table data, equate it, and you find out the values of x and y. And then later you find out the speeds of the gears. Now let us see one more problem. So in an epicyclic gear train shown in figure, so this is the epicyclic gear train shown in figure. The internal wheels A and F. Internal wheels means, so these are the gears where it will have the T's at internally. Instead of having external T's, it will have the T's at internally. So here the two gears A and F, it will have internal wheels. That is, it will have the T's at inner side. So it will measures inside the gear, right? Instead of meshing externally. And compound wheel CD. So the C and D, he is telling it as a compound wheel. Compound wheel means both they are mounted on the same shaft and both it will rotate with the same speed. Rotate about the axis L. The wheels B and E rotate on a pin fixed to the arm. So it will rotate on the pins which is fixed to the arm. The wheels have same pitch and number of T's on B and E are 18. So that is a TB and TE are 18. So number of T's on B and number of T's on E, it is 18. Number of T's on C, it is 28. Number of T's on D, it is 26. If the arm makes 150 RPM clockwise, so the speed of the arm is given. So 150 RPM clockwise. So we have to find out the speed of F. So this gear. So you have to find out the speed of gear F when wheel A is fixed. So when wheel A is fixed, what is the speed of F? Again, when wheel A makes 15 RPM counterclockwise direction, you have to find out the speed of F by using tabular column method. So here, when you see the data, you have to observe that. So the number of T's on all the gates, it should be there. So when you see over here, the T's on B and E, he has given 18. Number of T's on C, also he has given 28. The number of T's on D, it is 26. But the number of T's on F gear and number of T's on A gear, he has not given. So when he is not given, so in the first step is you have to find out the number of T's on the remaining gears. So assuming all gears have same module, we can write. So when you observe this diagram, so this is the F gear. So from the center, the distance from here to here or here to here, this is the radius. We can write it as a RF. So So this RF, it is equals to the sum of the distance from here to here. This is RE. Again, the distance from here to here. That is, sorry, RD, right? So the distance from here to here, it is RD. The distance from here to here, it is RE, plus again from here to here, it is RE. That is 2 times of RE plus RD. That gives the radius of F. So RF, which is equals to RD plus 2 times of RE. Since module is same, so I have told one formula, module, which is equals to pitch circle diameter capital D divided by T. So D becomes 2 times of R. So when module is constant, so T is directly proportional to R. So R directly replace it as a T. So it is TD. So 2 times of TE, which is equals to TF. Number of T's on gear D is given 26 plus 2 into number of T's on gear E. It is 18, which is equals to TF. You'll get the TF as 62 T's. Similarly, you have to find out the number of T's on A. When you see this diagram, so A, you go for you check it over here from the center, the distance from here to this tip end. So it is RA. This RA, we can write it as RC plus RB plus RB. So from here to here it is RB, here to here it is RB, here to here it is RC. So we can write RA as RC plus 2 times of RB. So RA, which is equals to RC plus 2 times of RB. So R is directly proportional to T, that is TC plus 2 times of TB, which is equals to T. Substitute everything, we'll get the number of T's on the gear A. Now you got the number of T's on all the gears. So you in the data, if he has not given, so you have to find out the number of T's on the remaining gears. So that is the first. So the given problem, so we have to solve it by tabular column method. So you have to draw the table. So go to the table. So serial number, condition of the motion, motions or revolutions of the elements. So write down this. So come over here. The first step, we have to write the RM. So write the RM. Now you have to represent the remaining gears. You can choose any of the gears. It is left to you. You can start with E. You can start with the CD. It is a compound gear trend. You can start with B, or you can start with A or F. It is left to you. The choice is left to you. You can choose any type of the gears. But here I have started with the compound wheel CD. So the first gear I have chosen it as the compound gear CD. Again the wheel B, again the wheel E, wheel E, again wheel F and wheel E. So all the gates you have to represent over here. So you have to represent over here. Go to the first step. RM is fixed. Rotate the wheel CD through +1 revolution. So whatever the first wheel have taken, so you just rotate this first wheel to +1 revolution, right? So when you go for this diagram, RM is fixed. I am rotating the compound gear CD to +1 revolution. Now you have to find out the number of revolutions of wheel B, number of revolutions of E, number of revolutions of F, and number of revolutions of the wheel A. So it becomes 0. This it becomes +1. Now you have to find out on the wheel B. Now you go to the diagram. So this is the compound gear CD. I am rotating. Now you have to find out the number of revolutions of the gear B. So the gear B is driven by which gear? It is driven by the gear C. So number of revolutions of this, it will be what? TC by TB. TC by TB. And you see that if you rotate this in clockwise direction, this it will rotate in counterclockwise direction. So it is opposite in direction. So it is represented by minus Tc by dB. Now you go for wheel E. Where is wheel E? Wheel E is over here. This wheel E, it is driven by which gear? It is D. Now the CD is the driving gear. What I am giving +1 revolution. So number of revolutions of this gear E, it will be what? TD by TE. TD by TE and minus. So when you rotate this in clockwise direction, this it will rotate in counterclockwise direction. So both it will rotate in opposite direction, hence it will be negative sign. Go to the wheel F. This is the wheel F. So the wheel F, it is meshing with the gear E. In turn, the gear E is driven by the gear D. So the motion is transmitting from D to E, again from E to F. Now I have to find out the number of revolutions of this. You go for the train value. So that is a TD when you take the combination of these two. So TD by TE into, so E drives F. So TE by TF. So the TE and TE get cancelled out. So you'll get only TD by TF. TD by TF. And you see the direction. When you rotate this in clockwise direction, this it will rotate in counterclockwise direction. When this it will rotate in counterclockwise direction, the F also it will rotate in counterclockwise direction. Sorry. When you rotate this in clockwise direction, this it will rotate in counterclockwise. When it rotates in counterclockwise, so the F also it will rotate in counterclockwise because it is meshing internally. So it is a negative value. Go to wheel A. This is the wheel A. So the wheel A, it is driving by the gear B. B is driven by the gear C, compound gear. So the number of revolutions of the A, you can write it as, so TC by TB into TB by TA. So TB get cancelled out. So finally you'll get TC by TA. So we'll get TC by TA. And it is a negative sign because it's the opposite direction, right? When you rotate the C in clockwise direction, this it will rotate in counterclockwise direction. So the A also it will rotate in counterclockwise direction because it is meshing internally. So it is negative value. So this is the first step. So this is very, very important, right? Once you write the first step, then the remaining all the data, it is very easy to write down. Now go to the second step. RM is fixed. Give +X revolution to the gear C. So very simple. Multiply by X to the first row and you write in the second row. Multiply by X, 0. Multiply by X, you will get +X. So minus TC by TB into X, minus TD by TE into X, minus TD by TF into X, minus TC by TA into X. So you got the second row. Again in the third row, add +Y revolution to all the elements. In order to take the account of the RM revolution, so we have to add +Y revolutions to all the members. +Y, 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 and +Y. So the last step is resultant motion. So add the second and third row and write down over here. So 0 + Y, it is +Y. Add these two, you get X + Y. Add these two, you get Y minus X times of TC by TB. Add these two, you get Y minus X times of TD by TF. Add these two, you will get the corresponding values. So this is the tabulating the values of the tabular column. Now go for the data. What we have to find out? We have to find out the speed of F when A is fixed, the speed of F when A makes 15 RPM. Go for case A, wheel A is fixed. Go for case 1, when wheel A is fixed. When wheel A is fixed, what about the speed of that? It becomes 0. That is NA, which is equals to 0. But from table, so the number of revolutions of the gear A, it will make y minus x times of Tc by Ta. So y minus x times of Tc by Ta. So therefore, Na, which is equals to y minus x times of Tc by Ta, which is equals to y minus x. Number of T's on gear C, it is 28, divided by number of T's on gear A, it is 64, which is equals to 0. That is the given data. Also, the RM speed. So, NRM, which is equals to 150 RPM clockwise. So, speed of the RM is given. If the RM makes 150 RPM clockwise. So, clockwise means, so we have to use negative sign. So, NRM, which is equals to 150 RPM clockwise. But from table, so the what is the speed of the RM? The speed of the RM is y. So, therefore, y, it becomes minus 150 RPM. Now you substitute the value of y into this equation, and if you solve it, you will get the value of x. So substitute this y into this equation, minus 150 minus x into 28 by 64, which is equals to 0. To solve this, you will get the value of x. So x is equals to minus 342.85 r. So that is the first step, right? You have to compare the given data with the table, and you have to solve for the values of x and y. So once you get the values of x and y, you have to find out the speeds of the gears. So now you go for the speed of gear F. So what is the speed of gear F? It is y minus x times of Td by Tf. So therefore, the speed of F, which is equals to Nf, which is equals to y minus x times of Td by Tf, which is equals to y, you know, it is minus 150 and the value of x is minus 342.85 into the Td is 26, Tf is 60. So if you solve this, you will get the value of the speed of wheel F. So it is minus 6.22 RPM. So if it is a negative sign, then that gear it will rotate in clockwise direction. That is case A. Go to the second case, that is wheel A makes 15 RPM counterclockwise direction. You have to find out the speed of F. So when wheel A makes 15 RPM counterclockwise direction, that is, so the speed of A, NA, which is equals to 15 RPM. But from table, the speed of A is this much. So y minus x times of Tc by Ta. So Na, which is equals to y minus x times of Tc by Ta, which implies, so the value of Na is 15, which is equals to y minus x times of 28 by 64. Again, the speed of the RM is given 150 RPM, but from the table, the speed of the RM is y. So therefore, y, which is equals to minus 150 RPM. Now you substitute the value of y into this equation, and you solve for the value of x. So when you substitute this, you will get the value of x as minus 377.14 RPM. Now you find out the speed of wheel F. So the speed of wheel F, which is given as y minus x times of Td by Tf, which is equals to, you know, value of y, you know, value of x, number of t's also it is known. So you just substitute it and simplify it, you'll get the value of F. So Nf, which is equals to 8.15 RPM. So you'll get a positive value, so it will rotate in counterclockwise direction. So this, it is compulsory, you have to represent the direction of rotation of the gear. So this is the way of solving the problem by analytical method as well as the tabular column method. For more problems, you can refer this textbook, which is authored by me. Thank you.